5 and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 24, almost 30. I have already 29 responses on my hand. Alright, so yeah, it's almost 100% of the population covered. We can consider it like this. Alright. So, what do you think? How was it? Was it convenient? Okay. Alright. So, I don't know how to break this, but this wasn't any kind of recruitment notification for me. Yeah. So, the thing is that you were under a kind of social experiment where we were trying to judge your alignment. There is one thing. See, the person can think like anything. Alright, people can be thinking that they are so smart, they are good in this, they are good in that. In fact, at one point of time, when I joined my first job, I was also like that only. Means I had 8 All India rank, 279 in mechanical engineering. So I thought that, yeah, it's a pretty good rank. There are only 15% of the people who can clarify the gate, and I am All India rank 279 out of the population of 20,000. And it's really a significant achievement for me. So I just went to my boss and he asked me for my formal introduction. Then I was introducing myself and I mentioned this. And not at that point of time, just within very next hour, I was giving my introduction to some other people. And I mentioned the same point. And he told me that, the person you just introduced yourself is already rank 6. Alright. So since then I am not introducing that I am already rank 79. Alright. So why okay? Means yes, we are thinking that we are lion. हम शेर है भाई, हमारे ऊपर यहाँ पे कोई नहीं है, ठीक है? But first you need to introspect. What does the market needs? And out of 29 responses which I have just seen, I will share the Excel sheet with the ma'am. 26 people has shown their interest in R&D as their first choice. And you know what? This was a confidential requirement that how much vacancy is there against each department in the company. Dhoni sir, can you please spell out how many vacancies there against each department?
So R&D, I will begin with R&D or should I go in sequence?
As you like.
R&D 1. Production is 15. QC is 4. QA is 1. Engineering is 1 plus 2, which would make it 3. HR is 1. Pharmacovigilance and IRA is 1. Supply chain and digital is 1. Tech transfer is 1. And product management is 2, with a total of 30 vacancies.
So almost 30 people were over here. Alright. We had 30 vacancies. And there was one more recruitment rule. Ma'am, you can please tell what was that recruitment rule?
You have to have about 60% in your...
Yeah, that was the first rule. And the second rule was that you will be only judged against your first choice. You know why? Because if your first choice is R&D, and if I judge you against QA, and suppose I found you suitable, within 3 to 4 months, R&D, then again it will come to me. Then again I need to find a new guy for QA. At that point of time, I will also need to see that whether R&D is in that much position or not. So it's very difficult kind of environment. See, there is no scarcity of, you can say, job in the market. There is no scarcity of talent in the market. But only the thing is, to match this both is very, very critical. If this was a real scenario, if we had 30 jobs as of now, and you are 30 people, we could have easily given it to you. Alright. Similarly, Ranjit Bhai has actually I also must thank Ranjit Bhai as well, because it was a planned way. The way he emphasized the entire of the thing, we have already planned this track for you, so that we can give you the real picture. Yes, R&D is good. I don't demean it. And there is one latest trend of this when this automation and digitalization and machine learning and artificial intelligence and such all things have busted the mind of youth like anything. That people cannot think that यार कुछ real काम भी है जिंदगी में. The molecules which scientists are inventing, there is someone who is preparing the drugs for that. And you know what happens? I think only 2 or 3 people have, I don't know, maybe I need to see that how many people of you has given production as their first choice. Let me see this.
Don't think anybody.
Hey, let me see this. Let me be factual on my data. Let me be factual on my data. Only 2 people. Only 2 people have shown production as their first interest. And you know now what will happen? If these 2 guys will go to the production, yes, I completely agree that you can say your physical activity, personal life and production is slightly bit more demanding as compared to R&D. I don't demean that. I totally acknowledge this fact. But when you see, if we see down the line in any kind of production setup, who are the guys who can occupy the future leadership position? Then we found scarcity of talent over there. Actually, this is a scenario that not much of the, you can say, intelligent people would like to come to production. It leads to 2 things. They are detached from the ground. They are on 80,000 feet. They do not know what is happening on the, you can say, forefront. That is number 1 thing. And second thing, if these 2 guys have come to the production department in future, in near future, I can assure one thing, that they will be having a skyrocketing career. In the sense, if any kind of attrition happen and if we find a good guys down the line, soon they will be promoted. And if you see R&D, see, I must not tell it on the records, but off the records. Not about Zydus, but many companies in India are using R&D as a such thing, like you can say, one is actual R&D, when you are trying to invent something, and one is R&D for tax saving. That is also a harsh reality as it is. I may not name it, but one of the tire manufacturer, you know what kind of R&D they are doing? They are doing R&D that if we print, you can say expiry date on the tires, then the tire sells early. Actually, the life of the tire depends on the wear and tear, not on the manufacturing date and expiry date. Tire doesn't expire at all. It's just a consumer behavior they are analyzing over there. So you must introspect that what you need. You need comfort, or you are aggressive about your career. Whether you need to be a peaceful life, or whether you need to be a successful position within few years that you can rock the world by yourself own. So that is the thing I think you must introspect within yourself. Alright, I do not say that R&D is bad. Yes, R&D is very good. But also if you see the monetization part of the R&D, I think Ranjit Bhai has given you one example of one molecule, I just forgot the name. Yeah. And I'm not sure, I am sure that the person who has invented that particular molecule, his 20 generations needed to think for living. Alright, that much amount of money he might have made. I totally agree to that. But how many people has done this so far? Is everyone doing this? No. Has anyone from India has done it? No. I think Zydus is the only company which has developed its own molecule and brought to the, you can say, US market, saroglitazar. So yes, we are advanced in our R&D and innovation and all kind of setup, but at the same time, if we see real shop floor, real production, then they also need a good guys who can run the show, who can manage the shift, who can get the deliverables done, and whom we can see as our future leadership team. So that's my word for you. I'm much sure that many of you might be going for a PhD as well, or might be foreign as well. I don't, you can say, have any use to that, but I would just like to narrate a small experience of mine before I wrap up. Actually, after completing my MTech, while I was in job at Tata Steel, I decided to go for part-time PhD. So I enrolled into NIT Jamshedpur, and after one lecture, I left. Yeah, you know why? Because in the first lecture, the lecturer came and he narrated me one experience. He said that he was a very grassrooted person. Grassrooted समझते हो ना आप लोग? जो एकदम नीचे से एकदम ऊपर उठ के आया हो, ठीक है? There are two type of people. One is grassrooters and another are parachuters. Okay. So he was a very grassrooted person, and he narrated me only one example. That he said that I am a very grassrooted person. I did my tech school. So when I finished my tech school, I had 15 jobs, but I didn't pick any of them. I decided to go for diploma. So when I finished diploma, I had 10 jobs. Again, I didn't pick any of them. I decided to go for degree. So when I completed degree, I had 4 jobs. Again, I decided that I will go for masters. I will not just go for the job. So when I completed masters, I had 2 jobs. Again, I decided that I will not settle over here. I will go for PhD. And when I completed PhD, then I had only one job in front of me where I am standing right now as my lecturer. So then I thought that rather than going for postdoc, let me settle over here. Otherwise, this one will also go. Okay. So this is also kind of reality that you need to think. See, whether you want to have a strawberry or you want to have a vanilla, it's completely your choice. There is nothing up to me. I am not your opinion maker. It's you need to decide that what will you like to have. You are in the complete command and authority of your own life. Alright. But somewhere, somehow you need to see that how the entire market is behaving. What are the various type of opportunities are there where we can grow and develop ourselves. So, yeah, the lion wala example which I was saying, that we might be believing that we are lions. Alright. But if you see the trend nowadays, then no one likes lion as a pet. They generally go for dogs and cats, max to max a turtle or parrot. Alright. So you need to see that what you want to be and are you in the relevant market or not. Alright. If you want to go R&D, please have a due diligence in a proper research in whatever the subject you study. Don't do it half-heartedly. Alright. But again, the scenario is the same. The same as the paper which I have shared with you. The largest opportunity lies with production. And yes, production also demands good people down the line who can occupy the leadership position in the near future. So, thank you all.